What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Superman issue number 15, part number 6, and the final part of House of Brainiac. Now, when we had last left off, what we saw is Superman, Lobo, and Supergirl fighting against the army of Brainiacs. Lex Luthor has tried to connect to the hive mind that is all of Brainiac's knowledge. He's trying to take control of Brainiac's entire network so that he can save his daughter's life. But to be able to do this successfully, Superman has to hold off Brainiac. This is the final battle of the Brainiac War. So, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we pick up right in the fray. Brainiac knows that Lena and Lex have both made it into the hive mind, but Brainiac doesn't necessarily seem concerned that once his queen is fixed, there's nothing that's gonna be able to stop them. With Superman and Brainiac going blow for blow, Superman's powers at this point are fully back. Now knowing this, he doesn't hold back, but the more that Superman does use his powers, the more he gets charged up, the more that he is really vulnerable to being able to be used again to charge up the Queen. Brainiac vows that he will control the mind of Superman just like everyone in his hive and his family. And then he's going to send him in a rocket to orbit, going around the yellow sun, giving a continuous feed to the Queen forever. That your forces are overwhelmed and the House of Brainiac has won. But this is when we have the arrival of the House of L, the Super Family showing up and evening the odds. The Super Family recognized that there were simply too many cities to try to save, and the best thing that they could do is try to save all of this with Superman's help. They need to find a way to get them off and everybody else off the ship before it implodes. Picking up inside the hive mind, Lena and Lex have made it to the big brain, the control of everything. At one point in time, he would have loved to have this knowledge for himself, to control the secrets of the universe. But Lex has come to learn that there are more important things than power and knowledge. What he is going to do is erase Brainiac's database. Take away Brainiac's greatest weapon, his brain. But to do so, he must connect to it directly. And so with Lex connecting to this, his brain feels it, while also Brainiac does as well. His intelligence level begins to drop. All of the Brainiacs start shutting down. The mind control that Brainiac had over his family is disconnected. And with everything beginning to explode, not sure what they're gonna do about the lost cities, that's when Lobo shows up. And what Lobo does is shrink all the lost cities down even smaller. That way they can carry them in one container and save all the cities. Superman goes back in to have a final little chat with Brainiac. His intelligence level at this point is at 35%, and Superman wants to know why. Why did you do all of this? Claiming that he needed power, but his mind, his knowledge wastes away. With each passing second, more and more is taken from him, and all he is left with is emotions. The anger, the sadness, the loss. They cloud his every thought, wondering to himself, how could he ever live like this? How could anybody live like this? And Superman tells him that that is life, that you learn to share it with the people you love, to not bear the whole burden by yourself. At 25%, Brainiac says that even with his intelligence diminished, he's still 1,000 times smarter than the Kryptonian. But he tells him that Kolu is all that he has left from his past. He asks Superman to save it. And he will follow behind him. With Superman getting out of here, Brainiac talks, not sure if Superman can hear him, but he offers him a warning. Brainiac has witnessed the creation and the end of time and space. Pieces that nobody has yet seen. This is where he gives us the hints of what is in store for DC Comics. He says the Source Door, the Great Healing, the Millionth World, and the Crisis Gauntlet. The universe has been revealed to him in totality, and ultimately he learns that there is one truth. Everything dies. And one day, Superman is not going to be powerful enough to stop it. He will lose, just as his father did. He tells him that there is still time. We see Brainiac loading up the Queen into an escape pod. That after all the knowledge he has stolen, he felt a hole inside of him. He knew that he would die someday. He tried to create something that might outlast him, something new. He gave the Brainiac Queen all that he is. Brainiac may be gone for now, but her story, the Brainiac Queen story, is just beginning. And as the ship is fired out of here, we see the Brainiac ship explode behind it. With all of our heroes making it back home, they searched the wreckage and they found nothing of Brainiac or the Brainiac Queen. Everyone heads off to their respective areas. When it comes to Brainiac's bottled cities, those have all been saved. Brainiac's son made something new. He made Kolu 2.0. All of those lost cities on one giant melting plot of a planet. Lobo thinks it might be some absolute chaos. He's gonna head over there. He's gonna see what kind of trouble he might be able to get into. Him and Superman kind of leaving off on a pretty good foot. But when Superman comes down to talk to Lex and Lena, Superman starts off the conversation by saying, "I was wrong in doubting you, that you did all you could to protect Lena. You have proven yourself yet again that you are becoming the man you promised to be." This is when Lex looks at Superman. He's very confused, not sure if Superman was talking to him, because it appears that Lex Luthor doesn't even remember his name. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. The House of Brainiac, I think, was a huge success for Williamson. He really did knock it out of the park. Now, I'm a big fan of Joshua Williamson. His Flash line really settled that for me. His year one is absolutely phenomenal. But this House of Brainiac was awesome. Now, we can assume that Brainiac at some point in time will probably return some way, shape, or form. Maybe they'll say that he didn't really die here. He was able to escape as well. And then he had to figure out how to get his intelligence back. Or maybe someone found him and helped him get it back. Regardless, there's gonna be a way to bring back Brainiac. But at least for the time being, the Brainiac Queen seems to be filling those shoes. Now, we know that Amanda Waller found her. Found the Queen completely blank slated, did 20 years of simulations, and really became a mother to the Brainiac Queen, now using her as a weapon against the Justice League, against meta-heroes, against meta-humans alike. And if that isn't enough, we also get a small glimpse or small details on what is in store in the future. It does look like there will be a crisis on the horizon. They are referring to it as Crisis Gauntlet. All in all, this comic, I think, was pretty phenomenal. It was a lot of fun. I love seeing it. Now we are jumping right into Absolute Power next week, and I am excited to see how all of that plays out. And we're gonna have a round 2 with the Brainiac Queen. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that is going on with this series, go ahead, check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It's gonna get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with the House of Brainiac. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.